Okay, inshallah, you guys can see me on all the different platforms. Okay, Inna alhamdulillah, wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to our class, our Akida class. And yeah, I see. He said, "Where's the book?" Oh, you see, I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. You always watching, brother. Thank you, because you remind me to put the book up. This is our class entitled "Diluting El Wela Wela Bara." Well, Bara, and this is the essence of Islam. Most Muslims today do not understand that it's all about having the correct belief system. If your belief system is not correct, it doesn't matter how many prayers you make. It doesn't matter how many good deeds that you do. Allah is not going to accept anything from you. It's all about having the correct belief system. And there's so many different sets and groups. One of the new shahadas was asking me, Brother Edward, and by the way, wa alaikum salam, Brother Edward. Brother Edward here was asking me, why is it, Sister Layla, that there are so many different sets and groups? He said, when I come upon other Muslims and I ask them about Islam, they belong to different sets and they have different ideologies. Yes, Brother Edward, that's the problem. There's only one kind of Islam. There's only one sect of Muslims, and that's the traditional Islam. And those are the Muslims that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions were upon. Remember, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this nation will divide in over 73 sets, and all those sets will be in the hellfire. Every single one. The only ones that will not be in the hellfire are those who are upon the traditional Islam. So stick to the traditional Islam, even if it means that you're by yourself and you have to hold on to the root of a tree. And one of the companions asked, he said, "O Prophet of Allah, what's the traditional Islam?" He said, the traditional Islam is what I am upon. The traditional Islam is what you, my companions, are upon. The traditional Islam is what the first four leaders that come after me will be upon. After that, everything will go haywire. And that's the truth, guys. After Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, that's when everything went haywire in Islam. The Mu'tazila emerged, the Kharijites emerged, and all these other groups. I can't even pronounce them or name them all. And who cares? So my advice to you, Brother Edward, is don't worry about those different groups. Don't care about them. Don't worry about them. Try to stay upon, like the Prophet said, stay upon the traditional Islam. And that's why we have to understand. I want to really emphasize with the new shahadas here, Sister Linda, you guys too, the women, all of you. Islam is only based on two sources: the Quran and the authentic hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's it. What do I mean by that? What I mean is no one has the authority to make things lawful or unlawful except Allah. No one has the authority to do that but Allah. No one can impose rules into this religion or regulations into this religion except Allah. And as Allah said, I have perfected your religion for you. That's it. I didn't forget nothing. I didn't leave anything out. Islam means total submission to him, and it's for all time. Does everybody understand that? So if someone tells you that something is haram and they don't have the verse from Allah or the verse from the prophet saying that, then you look at that person and say, thank you, and walk away. Because as our prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, most things in life are lawful. The things that Allah doesn't mention, he didn't forget. The things he doesn't mention means that they're good and clean and that they are lawful. Let me tell you guys what I'm talking about. A couple of the new sisters here, sister, using a different nickname now. She's using a weird name now. You guys get me with these funny names y'all make up. Wait a minute, let me see. Let me type this so I can see if I can pull it in. Wait a minute. This is diluting. Well, Bora. Okay, let's see if I type this, if I can, it'll make me better pull some of y'all's typing in. Okay, wait a minute. I want to look at this question. I'm going to read, I'm going to answer you right now, sisters, both of you. The new shahadas here. Okay, this is the question. This is why I'm saying this. I got two new shahadas here from out of the new Muslim group here. And they're asking me, these are sisters, and they are asking me about things that are things, certain things lawful in Islam or not. And what they're typing here is that they listen, and this is the mistake you sisters and brothers are making. What the sisters are typing here, that they listen to a lot of Q&As. They listen to a lot of people on social media answer questions about Islam. And they also read a lot of statements. That's what they got here. They also read a lot of statements from off of social media about Islam, you know, thinking, hoping that they can in turn learn what things they can do and can't do. So what these sisters are asking me about is piercings, body piercings. And this is a normal question. I mean, these are new shahadas. You know, they just embarked upon this journey. And they want to know what things they can do and can't do. And a lot of these sisters convert to Islam. They have tattoos on because they got tattooed, or they have body piercings on their body. So they said that they asked a few people about whether body piercings are lawful or not. And they got a bunch of different answers. And they said, coming to my classes, they know now to ask for evidence. She said, and when they tell her yes or no, they have nothing except what some people that some men that they've never heard of said. Imams. Okay. And this is what we have to look out for, guys, you know, and I'm glad that they recognize that. How can you tell if the knowledge that you are gaining as a Muslim is correct? Well, whenever you ask a question, especially concerning the lawful and the unlawful, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the lawful and the unlawful are clear. The source of this hadith is Sahih Bukhari. He said the lawful and the unlawful have been clearly defined by Allah. But in between them, you may come upon, you as a person may come upon a situation that is doubtful. In other words, you may not know what the lawful or the unlawful is, such as these two sisters here who are fresh converts. They are fresh converts to this religion. The prophet said, stay away from that issue that is doubtful for you because you don't know the answer. Stay away from it until you find the correct answer. Because if you stay away from it, you preserve your religion. That hadith is Sahih Bukhari. And that's when the prophet said the things that Allah have not mentioned are concessions. Learn to accept the concessions of Allah. So here we got a question about body piercings. Is there anything about body piercings in Islam? Well, there is a hadith. Whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbids us from mutilating our bodies. Okay? And that's clear. As Muslims, we cannot mutilate ourselves. So now, you have to look up the meaning of the word mutilate. That's the problem. A lot of us don't understand the meaning. To mutilate is to disfigure. To mutilate is to turn something, to take something away. And by the way, moderators, get on it. To mutilate is to take something away from its natural, original state. That's what the word mutilate means. To disfigure it. To it is no longer in resemblance of its original state. So the sister wants to know, earrings. Is there anything in Islam that forbids a woman from wearing earrings? No. There's no verse in the Quran where Allah says, thou shalt not wear earrings. There is no hadith on this planet where the Prophet Muhammad said, the people of my nation cannot wear earrings. So this is a concession. Yes, sisters, you can wear earrings. Okay? Also, we have numerous hadiths, whereas the Prophet's wives wore jewelry and wore earrings and bracelets and decorated themselves, adorned themselves. So nobody can tell you it's haram to wear an earring unless there is a clear nas, a clear verse. Because this is what the sisters wanted to know about. Now, if we're talking about wearing holes in our breasts, wearing breast rings, putting rings on our belly buttons. Now we get into the meaning of the word mutilate. Mutilate. The breast of a woman serves a purpose. When you start putting holes in your breasts, you're mutilating it. And possibly, which they found out, you're destroying it from serving its purpose. A lot of women that mutilate their breasts, they have a hard time nursing babies. Oh yeah, check with your doctors. They'll tell you about it. Your breast can't serve the function. That's mutilate. Putting holes and piercings in your private parts. Oh yeah. Check with science. You women that do those piercings down there, y'all can come on up. Okay, ban that one. Ban that one. Own up. You're messing yourself up down there. Your private parts are no longer sensitive. like they used to be. That's mutilation. So no piercings, breast, private parts. Now, nose rings. This is the other question. The sister here said that she heard a famous speaker say that it's haram for women to wear nose rings. That women that do wear nose rings got issues. Well, look who got a nose ring on. Here's Layla. I would love for this brother to tell me that I got a problem. I was born and raised upon Surat al-Mustaqim and been teaching this deen since I was 12. I want you to tell me that I committed a sin. Is this called mutilation? Is my nose still serving its function? Has my nose been disfigured? My nose ain't mutilated, Aki. And there's nothing in Islam that mentions anything about women not being able to wear nose rings. You're not going to find no hadith on this planet where the prophet said they can't. But I can tell you this. Archaeologists have dug up the bodies of dead women and peoples, even in the time of the prophet. We ain't even got to talk about my people, the Egyptians. Most every woman had a ring in their nose. Hello, women have been wearing earrings, and women have been wearing nose rings since Allah made Eve, Aki. And we do have this hadith from Aisha. May Allah be pleased with her. That's her fatwa from Sheikha Aisha bint Abu Bakr. She said, not only can a woman show her face. That's why you brothers, before y'all start answering questions about lawful and unlawful, y'all got to be have memorized all them hadiths from the sitter by heart. Not just singing the Quran off key. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, not only can a woman show her face, but she can also show whatever jewelry. I repeat, jewelry. I repeat, whatever jewelry and makeup. I repeat, and makeup. I repeat, and makeup is on her face. Hello, I dropped the mic, bros. Bang. You know, that's why I tell you, sisters, y'all want to know the lawful and the unlawful. Ask about a woman. Ask a woman. Because these brothers today, I'm talking about the ones that are famous today. These young boys, I call them boys. They ain't learned from nobody. Okay? Because the real scholars are dead. And by the way, Sheikh Uthaymeen, may Allah be pleased with him. Oh yeah. Sheikh Uthaymeen, may Allah be pleased with him. He's dead. Like I say, the real scholars are dead. Even Sheikh Uthaymeen said, there's nothing from the Quran. There's nothing from the authentic hadith where Allah or his messenger forbids women from wearing nose rings. He said, and it's also common knowledge that women have been wearing earrings and nose rings for centuries. So if it would have been haram, the prophet would have mentioned it. This is the fatwa of Sheikh Uthaymeen. May Allah be pleased with him. He said the fact that the prophet didn't mention anything about women wearing jewelry on their face or their ears, then it is not haram. We are not in a position to say that. That's from the real scholars. Want me go back further? Want me go back further? You brothers that think y'all sheikhs, y'all call yourselves muftis? Oh yeah, you got the nerve to call yourself a mufti? Let me take it back further. Hello, Imam Ashafi. May Allah be pleased with him. Since y'all into the four madhabs, we're madhabians now. Hello, call yourself Salafi, but all you into is madhabi. Well, Imam Ashafi said the same thing that Sheikh Uthaymeen said. He said there's nothing from that states that women can't, and that shows even in his time, even in Imam Ashafi's time, women were wearing nose rings. Let me tell y'all about Arab culture. See, I'm Arabic. Oh yeah, I'm from the originals. We love to look good. Arabic women love to adorn themselves. Are you out your mind? Arabic women love colors and makeup and jewelry and gold and silk and satin and brocade. Do you think that the prophet's wives, he was married to noble women? They were poor by choice, not by habit. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married, that was part of his contract. He let every woman he married know that she's going to have to give up her love for money because he's a prophet setting an example. Zainab, may Allah be pleased with her, was rich. She came from one of the richest, most wealthiest families. She was his first cousin. She was extremely beautiful. She loved the finer things in life. She loved makeup, clothing, jewelry. Salama came from a wealthy family. Aisha, wealthy. All of his wives came from wealthy roots. He didn't marry no project women like you brothers got. All right? Like Imam Shafi said, if it were forbidden for women to wear nose rings, I'm sure that we would have heard about this. He said that because the prophet's wives like to adorn themselves. Come on. Nose rings did not originate out of India. Whoever told you that is a lie. Is a lie. Is a lie. They dug up the tombs of King Tut, Nefertiti, and she had nose rings on, bro. Take it from a historian who's Egyptian, walk like an Egyptian. So y'all sisters, be careful listening to these men of today who are famous personalities. But these men are arrogant, they're ignorant, they're uneducated, they don't know the hadiths, they don't know history. All they know is how to sing the Quran. And most of them sing it off beat. Hello. Yeah, they sing it off beat. Again, if something is haram, there would be a clear verse. And all you brothers are doing who think y'all scholars, you ain't nobody. You so busy dealing with the kafirs. Y'all sitting around arguing, debating with the Christians. You're running Muslim women away from Islam. You are running Muslim women away from Islam. Women are apostating here in America like crazy. Because when they convert to this way of life, they listen to people like you. And they think that because they're a woman, that Allah made a mistake with them. They have to be ugly. They have to be trifling. They can't like nice things. They can't look nice unless they're having sex. You make them think they're sex slaves. That's what the sisters here say. You brothers make the women think that the only purpose God created them for was to be your sex toy. They're not supposed to enjoy nothing in life but you. Who told that ain't Islam? So I'm telling you, sisters, y'all better start taking y'all knowledge from the right people. Can't no man tell you how to be no woman. Don't y'all know that? A man's going to tell you how to be his woman. Don't y'all know that? It's been that way since Allah made Eve. You ask a man how to be a woman, he's going to tell you how to be his woman. He ain't going to tell you how to be the woman Allah told you to be. That's just the nature of a man. Just like I can't sit here and tell a man how to be a man. I'm going to tell you how to be Layla's version of a man. You sisters need to learn from women of knowledge. And that's the same thing Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, told the women of her time. Because Muawiyah would send the women. He would send the women from Syria to Medina to learn from Aisha. But instead of them going to Aisha, because of that jealousy we got, they would go listen to Ibn Masud. They would go to the men. And Aisha would say, this is the state of women. We suffer with jealousy. We don't like having another woman no more than us. So then they would go and ask Ibn Masud questions about feminine, female things. And that time when Ibn Masud told them that a woman breaks the prayer of a man, that's when they went running to Aisha. Oh, mother of the believers. He said that if I walk in front of, she said, what do you expect? He's a man. She said, why didn't y'all come and ask me? She told those women, y'all keep going to these brothers, asking these brothers when I'm sitting right here. I'm sitting right here. And I was married to the prophet. I was his wife. I was his sutra. I was on my menses. And I would be his sutra. But no, you busy running to the brothers, thinking that the men are going to tell you how to be women better than me. Well, that's the same thing I say today. Layla Nashiba. You sisters keep on getting your watered down Islam from these men. If y'all keep listening to these famous personalities who are male, they're going to have you thinking that you can't do nothing except lick the pus off them, pray to them, worship them, and be their sex toy. So you sisters, I blame you women. Like Aisha blamed the women of her time, I'm blaming you women because I'm sitting right here. How's some man going to tell you how to be a woman? He's going to tell you what he wants you to be of his version of a woman. So now take your nose ring out, take off your makeup, take off your beautiful colors, take off your jewelry, and just be naked. Walk around the house like a skunk naked for him. And don't think about going out the door. And if you do have to go out the door to take the trash out, you better put a stinking burlap sack on and cover your body with, and just cut a hole, tear a hole like a cyclops so you can see. Keep on listening to these brothers, women. And keep on apostating, because that's what's happening. The apostasy rate of women is ridiculous here. They convert. This is one of the signs of the last hour. The prophet said one of the signs of the last hour is a person will wake up a believer in the morning and go to bed an unbeliever at night. I'm seeing it. People will come in and out of Islam, in and out of Islam. I see more as a daya, and I'm 63 years old. I am 63 years old and been teaching since I was 12. I have never seen such a high rate of apostasy amongst women before, like I've been seeing in the past 10 years. And you ask these women, why aren't you Muslim anymore? Oh, I couldn't do that, girl. I had to give up being me. I say, what you mean? I couldn't get my hair done, couldn't get my nails done, couldn't wear makeup, couldn't put a nose ring on, couldn't wear earrings. All I had to do was walk around having sex all the time with him and worshiping him. That's what they say. Did y'all brothers know that? That's what they say because of you and your fatwas. Your answers that ain't based on nothing but garbage. And you don't even try history because you men don't know the history of anything. You're stupid. Keep history out your mouth too. Stay in your lane. Teach the brothers how to pray. Teach these brothers how to pray. Teach all Muslims what La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah means and leave the Q&A alone. Because until you brothers learn every single hadith from the Sitta, which you too old to learn, you got to memorize them like I did when you were 6. Okay? And you got to have a photographic memory. You know the hadith where the prophet said some of us are blessed with that memory. That comes from Allah. You ain't got no photographic memory. So shut up. You ain't in no position to issue fatwa. All right? Especially not to women. You definitely out your league. All right. So I get passionate. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because when I got new shahadas like these sisters in here talking about leaving Islam because of what they heard from one of you dummies, you dumb brothers who call yourselves muftis and sheikhs and imams, and you're nothing. You're peasants. Until you learn them hadiths, you are a peasant. So act like one and keep your mouth shut to these women. Don't answer women's questions. All right. So for these new sisters here, I'm just letting you sisters know there's nothing wrong with a nose ring. There's nothing wrong with an earring. But now when you're going to take it past that, it becomes mutilation. Those brothers don't know the meaning of the word mutilate. See, I got a degree in English too. While they was busy learning how to sing the Quran, I went to school and got a degree in the English language so I could give dawah correctly to the English-speaking world. Drop the mic, bro. Bam. Yeah, so no piercings on your private parts and all that other stuff. But since you sisters did this before Islam, Allah does not hold us accountable, because when you took Shahada, you were forgiven for all the sins you did. As long as you live your life as a Muslim, practicing this religion correctly upon the correct belief system, then Allah will forgive you of all them sins. The tattoos, you ain't got, how you gonna take them off? Don't worry about it. Just cover them up when you leave the house. The piercings in your private parts, I'm a woman, and I can tell you the damage has been done. I know for a fact you've lost the sensitivity down there, because they don't tell you that. The Kafirs don't tell you that, but a doctor would have told you. See, I know about women's issues. So you've done the damage. As far as sensitivity, take them piercings out. Take them out of your breast. Take them out of them other parts of your body. Take it off your tongue. Food don't taste that good no more either. By the way, that's another side effect of piercing the tongue. It affects your taste buds. That's mutilation. This little nose ring ain't doing nothing. It ain't causing no harm. No harm. And by the way, if I took this thing out and didn't put a ring in for 2 weeks, guess what? My nose would close up. Just like your ears. You stop wearing earrings. I haven't worn earrings in years. Those little holes close up. But as far as that breast, as far as your stomach, as far as your private parts, the damage is done. The sisters say that's why you don't get that enjoyment no more. Hello, the doctors. By the way, sisters, y'all better tell your daughters, because we got Muslim girls going out getting them piercings. You ain't gonna have no sensitivity down there, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's gonna impact you in a bad way. Yeah. So yeah, just take those other piercings off, sweetheart. The damage is done. But you can wear a nose ring and earrings. That's it. That's it. Anything else is going to affect your body in a different way. All right. So that was my lecture for today. No need to, for my beginning lecture, no need to apostate. Because the sister typed here, she said, thank you, Sister Layla, because I'm like, wow, what can I do? You can do everything that you did before Islam except destroy yourself. That's the beauty of Islam. You can do everything that you did before Islam except destroy yourself. Islam saves you. It saves you from the hellfire. It saves you from harming yourself in this world. It saves you from destroying your relationships with others in this world. So don't let no man and his Q&A take you aback. In fact, any questions you new sisters got, you bring them to Layla. All right? Because I don't bite my tongue. And I always, just like I did with this, and when I answered this question, y'all see, I always give dalil. If the prophet didn't say it's haram, it's lawful. The simple fact that Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said a woman can show her face and whatever jewelry, that shows they wore nose rings. Arabic women been wearing them. Egyptians too. You crazy? Talking about it come from India. Are you crazy? Go dig up the pyramids. Go look at the mummies. SubhanAllah. All right. Okay, so we good with that, sisters? All right. Thank you. You ain't apostating, are you? All right. Balance. Islam is balance. And that's the one thing that I want all of you, new Muslims and old Muslims. Islam is balance. And Allah's laws are just. Allah is not oppressive. Allah's laws are created for our betterment, not to oppress us, not to destroy you, but to make life easier for you. And that's why I got to tell you, of all the things about Islam, focus on this aqidah, your belief system. If a person is upon a correct belief system, then it's hard for a person to pull you away from it. If your aqidah is correct, then it's hard for people to lead you down a crooked path or make you doubt and think that because you Muslim, that life is oppressive. And in this class, what we've been focusing on, because we're almost at the end of this book, the end of this chapter, this last week of this class, we're focusing on the children. Because the children, they are the future of Islam. You know, it's all about learning the religion correctly so we can in turn instill it into our children. That's why I'm always telling you, sisters, teach your daughters, have your daughters right here. All your kids should be in my classes, learning Islam and its truthfulness. Because what did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? He said, knowledge disappears. It disappears. But it doesn't disappear off the earth. It disappears with the death of the true scholars. Like I said, Sheikh Uthe means dead. But Sheikh Uthaymeen answered that question years ago, 20, 30 years ago, about nose rings. And he gave the same answer I gave. The fact that ain't nothing mentioned about it means it's lawful. And Arabic women been wearing jewelry on their faces. Come on. Imam Shafi's dead, but he been answered that. And he was closer to the time of the companions than Sheikh Uthaymeen. So this is how knowledge disappears with the death of the true scholars. When they die, their knowledge goes with them, and they are replaced by men and women who call themselves their students. But their students got it twisted, just like what happened with the four imams. These were righteous men. They didn't create these methabs. They were righteous men. They preserved the sunnah of the prophet and the companions. But when they died, it was their students that got things all twisted and distorted. Well, look how terrible the world is today. All these so-called students of Albani and students of Sheikh Uthaymeen, they got it so twisted it ain't funny. They've taken women back to the cave years. So that's why the prophet said, cling to the scholars. Cling to the true scholars. Alhamdulillah, my teacher right now is Sheikh Mustafa Morsi Abu Ataya. He's a scholar of the ulama from out of Egypt. And mashallah, I love Sheikh Morsi. And I cling to him because I know if he dies, because he's old, if he dies, I'm lost. Because I won't have nobody to go to that can translate the meaning of those hadiths in English like he does to me and let me see that this is the answer. This is how you answer, Layla. Always back it up. Always back it up with these hadiths. Okay? So you guys better cling to me. You sisters better cling to me, because when I'm gone, I don't know nobody else like me in the English world. There's a lot of women like me that are Arabic, that know their deen, that know them hadiths, but not, they ain't here. You sisters are lost. You'll be listening to those innovators, those Sufis. America's women and men are Sufis with their twisted ideology. Memorization of the Quran, but no knowledge of the Sunnah, no knowledge of the companions, no knowledge of the women of Islam. So y'all better get your knowledge here, okay, and share it with those kids. And that's what we've been speaking about, the importance of the children. And we've been talking about how we're living in a society, the kids are starting school, and this same-sex marriage, LGBTQ, the kids are in elementary school. They have girlfriends, boyfriends. And if you're putting your kids in a non-Muslim school, which I don't recommend, I encourage all Muslims living in America to homeschool. I don't recommend sending them to Muslim school, because the Muslim schools are just as racist, corrupt, and bullying. And I definitely don't recommend sending them to the Kafir school. I recommend homeschooling your children. You got that Safa USA that Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd put together. A lot of you say it's expensive. I'm hearing from a lot of you that you can't afford it. You got 10 kids. Yeah, we make babies. You got 6, 7 kids. You can't afford Safa. Then you need to look at those other homeschooling programs that are free. And homeschool your children, because if you send your kids to school, they in the first grade, second grade, third grade, they're going to be with kids who got boyfriends. And not just boyfriends, they got girlfriends too. Because it's all about, I got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. It's LGBTQ. And if you don't have one, something wrong with you. You ain't right. You got a problem. You're on the spectrum. You're on the spectrum. Yes, the spectrum, because you don't have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So this is what we've been speaking about, the importance of creating an Islamic environment within your home with your children, so that your children feel comfortable coming to you, talking to you about what they're experiencing when they're outside of your home. Because I can preach homeschooling all I want to. The reality is, most all of you in here got your kids in public school, because that's just the human nature. The human nature, as Allah says in the Quran, we're criminal by nature. We're attracted to those things that are bad for us. For some reason, Muslims believe that their children are missing out on something if they're not in the Kafir schools. It don't take until your son has been gunned down or arrested for selling drugs and you didn't even know, or your daughter comes home complaining of a stomach ache and she's giving birth to a baby. That's when we realize, oh, I should have listened. I should have homeschooled. It's too late. So we can preach homeschooling all we want to, but you ain't gonna listen. So the reality is, you got to come up with a nice Islamic environment of balance within your home, whereas your children will come home and they can feel comfortable talking to you, telling you about what's going on with them at school, what's happening with them. You want to create an environment where they feel comfortable sharing their emotions and their feelings with you. And not only that, but it's important to attach yourself and your family to a good Islamic community, guys. This is important. For you Muslims that live out there in Colorado, there you go. You got Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd's mosque. He's got a lot of activity plus the school going on there. Those of you living down there where Sheikh Atlee is, they got a lot of activity for the community and the school and a good active imam, okay? Wherever you live, there's a mosque. There's even here where I live. There's an Islamic center here where I live, where the people go. They have activities. They're everywhere. Every state has them. Y'all just got to look for them. There's mosques everywhere now. Try to attach yourself to an Islamic community that has activities for the family, because the children are going to need your support in order to keep their Muslim identity, and they're going to need support from the community, from other Muslims like them. And that's what we're going to speak about today, how to attain this community support. So let me put the PowerPoint up here. Inshallah, you guys can see it. Moderators, okay, good. They got it. This thing, I hate when that pops up. It's the Zoom. They got to figure out where it comes right up here where I can't see my stream. Hold on, it messed me up. Give me a second, guys. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, what is this thing here? It says turn up. Okay. Oh, look at this, right in the way. Okay, somebody told me to call Zoom too. They say Zoom can tell me how to fix it where none of this stuff is. I'm gonna have to call them after class. Okay, so today we're gonna speak about inspiring positive community contributions. You want to attach yourself to an Islamic center, whereas you as a family can go to and gather at. They have lectures, activities, and things like that for the kids and for you too, to keep you aware of what's happening, in this world, and how to maintain your Islamic identity. And I really like how Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd put this together. Let's look at it. So, encouraging children to engage in their communities with an Islamic perspective, this is how you empower them. Empower them to contribute positively to society. And what do I mean by that? That means not becoming a part of the LGBTQ, not becoming a part of the drug scene, not becoming a part of the sex Kardashian scene and the hip hop scene. So here are some suggestions that Sheikh Kareem Abu-Zaid came up with. For example, have your children volunteer and have yourself volunteer too for activities within the community. Participate in community service activities as a family. If there's a lecture going, they having a conference for the weekend at your mosque, commit yourself to attend that conference, you and the children. If they're having a potluck dinner, because a lot of the mosques do that too. If we're having a monthly potluck dinner at the mosque, contribute and participate in it. Not only am I going to come to the potluck, but I'm going to also, me and the kids are going to bring some cookies or create a dish together, because this is also teaching the kids the importance of giving back to the community too. Okay, and always discuss Islamic values with your children, because your children are out there exposed to the non-Muslims. They're exposed to the hip-hop scene, the rap scene, the sex scene, the drug scene, the crime scene. And all of those scenes create values that contradict Islam. So you want to discuss our Islamic values, what Islam teaches about drugs. Why is it that intoxicants are unlawful for us? Because the intoxicants affect us in a bad way. Smoking marijuana is proven to destroy your brain cells. Okay? Fentanyl. People overdose off of fentanyl all the time. Antidepressants. Talk about, how these drugs and alcohol and things that the other kids are exposed to. Don't just tell them how they contradict our values, but why. To explain to them why. Allah was looking out for our betterment. That's why he's keeping us away from this type of crap. Okay? Sex out of wedlock leads to pregnancy. Children born out of wedlock leads to all kind of stuff. Broken homes. Kids growing up without two parents. Boys not knowing how to be men. Girls not knowing how to be women. Discuss our values with them. And as a community, this is something that we need to do inside the masajids. The community, this is for you imams and board members. You guys need to identify issues, the issues that are impacting your community, parents and kids. And then you want to motivate the children to address whatever issues are impacting them constructively. The mosques need to put together weekly meetings like we talked about before for the children, a teens group. If your mosque doesn't have a teens group, that's something that you might want to do as a family. Maybe you can suggest it. Leave a suggestion in the imam's box that my son and my daughter would like to be leaders of a female teen group and a male teen group. And when you talk about the problems that are faced by the people, give empathy, show empathy, discuss the impact, of how if you contributed to those who are less fortunate than you, how this is a good way of nurturing empathy within yourself and making your heart not harden. There was one of the mother that I know, her son was killed at the age of 19. And he was killed by another 19-year-old. And she told me that when she went to court, she said the one that did the murder, he had murdered two other little boys too. She said he was cold. She said, Layla, the boy had no remorse on his face, no guilt. She said he just sat there with a smirk on his face, and he got sentenced to life in prison, and he's only 19, and he done killed 3 other 19-year-old young boys. She said, how can a child that young? I said, his heart is hardened. His heart is hard and it's black. He has no empathy. He grew up. No, you don't know what went on in his personal life. His family didn't show him no empathy because the Kafirs are all into making the money. You know, they're not into Allah. So he grew up from that background of money and privilege, and he has no empathy. And again, you know, you have to attach to an Islamic community. You want your sons to attend Juma prayer. Try to get your sons to go to Juma at least once a month. Give them a sick day at least once a month so they can attend Juma. And your daughters, if y'all have sisterhood meetings and sister meetups, have your daughters attend them too. You know, all of this, you know, will try to counterbalance, counteract what those kids are experiencing around the Kafirs in school. Because by you guys putting your kids in Kafir school, they're spending more time with them than they are with even you. Okay? Also, you want to promote awareness. And this is something that I was talking about yesterday. Muslim children, some of the parents want to censor things. Don't censor your children. They already know about sex. They already know about drugs. They already know because the kids are talking about it. The kids are doing it. You want to promote awareness with your children. Buy them books about stuff like that. I remember when I was growing up, when I was 9 and 10 years old, my mother would bring me these Reader Digest books. These Reader Digest books back in my day of teenage girls, unwanted, they called it unwanted pregnancy. The girl would get pregnant, you know, and hide it from the parents. My mother now, I used to say, why is she bringing me these silly books? You know, but now I know she was keeping me aware, you know, of what goes on and what can happen if I were to have lived that type of lifestyle or chosen that lifestyle. So you want to promote awareness with your children. Let them be aware. I remember about 20 years ago, what was that drug? I forgot it. When the drug scene was really bad, they had the kids were taking, they were mixing it, PCP, that's what it is. They were mixing PCP with marijuana. And there was a video all over YouTube about a sixth grader. He was what, in the sixth grade, elementary school, little kid. He came to school and he had smoked some PCP mixed with marijuana. And they video filmed him. He was like a jinn rolling down the steps, twirling in circles. His body was moving like he was hypnotized. And that boy went into a coma, and I think he's in that coma still today. He never came out. I remember when that came out, I shared that with my grandkids. I said, in case y'all ever think about doing some weed, I said, look what happens. You don't know what they putting in that stuff. This boy was smoking a joint, and it was laced with PCP. And look what it did to him. And I remember when Jayla, my granddaughter Jayla, saw it, she was scared to death. You know, so share that type of stuff. Let the kids see what happens. What happens. Okay? And again, always buy books and articles and resources that can help your kids to see the effects of drugs, alcohol. Also, encourage your children to discuss the books that you give them, to discuss the videos that you show them. And also, again, initiate the conversations with them. Don't be one of those parents that say, well, my kids never asked me about anything. Then why haven't you asked them? Just ask them, are the kids in school smoking weed? You'll be surprised. Oh, yeah. They'll tell you, oh, yeah, they smoking weed. What? You in the second grade, and they'll tell you, oh, yeah, they smoking weed. Are the kids having sex? Oh, yeah, they in the coat room. This is elementary. And also relate everything to real life. Whatever lessons you want to give your kids, or whatever you discuss with your kids about the bad happenings in the world, give them lessons to be learned. Lessons to be learned that they can relate to. And again, we want to promote empathy and respect. When that sister was sharing with me how her son was gunned down in cold blood by another kid his own age, and this kid gunned down in cold blood two other kids too at other times, and he had no empathy, I said, well, that falls on the parent. That falls on his parents. What kind of life? His parents didn't teach him empathy. We're supposed to, that's why I was telling you, sisters, we're so busy trying to work. We're so busy trying to be like the Kafir women. You want to travel. You want to be like a man and work. Your job as a Muslim woman is to educate your children. That's your priority. Allah is going to ask you why you didn't teach empathy and respect to your kids. Why didn't you demonstrate empathy and respect with them? And also talk to your kids about diversity. Let them know that we're all different. We all come from different walks of life. We all come from different backgrounds. But we're going to have to learn to lower our wing. And then share with your children stories from yourself and stories from Islam. Talk about the companions. That's what my mother did with us when we were growing up. Why is it that my hero is Aisha? That's all I learned. Her and all those other wives and female companions. Share stories from the Islamic history to show how the companions, they went through the same issues that we're going through today, but they were put Allah first and Allah foremost. And that's why they're the best of the best. And any misconceptions that your children may have about the religion, or any misconceptions that your children share that others have about him, make the correction. And always encourage your children to be kind. Don't be like other kids and bully people. Be kind to other people. Be kind to the animals. And remember, our purpose is to worship Allah and to prove to Allah that we really do believe in him. Okay, so these are some things that we can do, to try to, spare our children from becoming like the majority of the children around them, which is just plain bad. And if your masjid has a weekend school, put your kids in the weekend school. If your mosque have classes once or twice a month, have your children attend them, because that's better than nothing. Okay? And I strongly encourage all of you to reconsider homeschooling. You sisters, y'all need to sit down with your husbands and talk about it. It's the man's job to provide and maintain. If he's got to work 2 jobs, or if he has to DoorDash on the side, tell him that you need to stay home and educate those kids. Because it's your job to save them from the hellfire. Why would you throw them to the hellfire by putting them in regular school? So research the different homeschool programs. A lot of you say you can't afford Safa USA. Yeah, it's expensive, especially when you got 3-4 kids. But they got too many K through 12 programs that are free. Even here where I live, they're free. And they're good. Your kids will still get scholarships. And always ask questions. Always question your kids about their feelings, their thoughts, and all of that. So these are some of the things that we need to think about, as parents. And now what I'm going to do is give you guys a brief quiz. First question. What types of literature would be good to promote good Islamic morality and values to the kids? Give me some examples of literature or books or whatnot that would be good to promote good morals with your kids. Let's hear it.
A lot of children's books have lessons behind them. So I would say if you have younger kids, make sure you pick out books that have lessons on diversity and how to care for others, and how to put and how to make yourself equal to others.
Exactly. That's why I really like Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli's books, guys. You know, Sheikh Atli, those hadith books that he always have lessons learned and review questions. You know, try to buy books, Islamic books, you know, that have, like she said, review questions and lessons learned, you know, at the end of them, so that the kids can really benefit. That's why I tell you guys, go to Atli online. Let me type it here for the parents. And all his books are cheap. You're not going to find a book. His books don't cost over $10. Atli online, he's got coloring books. He's got Arabic books, how to read Arabic and how to draw. You know, books, lessons from the prophets, lessons from the Quran, little story books for the kids of all ages. Okay, go to Atli online and pick out some books for your kids. And he has always puts lessons learned. What's some other types of literature? Anybody else? Stories of
yeah, go ahead. I always use stories from the of the prophets or messengers. My kids always gravitate towards those. And it's always lessons learned and morale and tests and overcoming things in life.
Exactly, guys. The best role models for all of us were the prophets of Allah. The prophets of Allah, they are the best of mankind. And they got so many books that you can buy. You can go to Darul Islam. Darul Islam, a bookstore. They got all kind of books about the stories of the different prophets, you know. And there's every prophet had a lesson to be learned. Sit down with your kids and read those books with them and talk about the lessons learned. Also, good job, the stories of the companions. You know, there's so many books. You can get all these books at Darul Islam too. Darul Islam bookstore too. You know, stories of the companions, the story of Abu Huraira, the story of Khalid bin Walid. You know, there's lessons to be learned from all the companions, the wives of the prophet. Look at how they were different, but they were God-fearing women. Good job. Okay, this brother here said your lectures. Alhamdulillah, yes, videos. You know, be careful with this social media. But there's good in everything. My classes, my lectures. There's good lectures. Some of the lectures of Sheikh Kareem, Sheikh Atli, Dr. Dramali. You know, the people of the Sunnah, for your older kids especially, your teenagers. For those of teenagers, have them listen to our lectures. That could be of great benefit to them. Good job. Oh, what happened? What did I do to the PowerPoint? Oh, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I think it was one more question. I lost my PowerPoint. Hold on. Let me get it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, here it is. Y'all see this now? I'm sorry. Okay, here it is. I was going to say it's one more question. And here's the last question. What are some things you can do as a parent to promote empathy and compassion in your children? That's important, guys. You don't want your kids to grow up bank robbers and murderers like a lot of these Catholic kids are, you know, 16 years old, killing other kids in cold blood. I mean, you don't, what can you do to promote empathy and compassion within your children? Remember, the Prophet Muhammad said good manners. Some of us are born with them, but most of us are not. So we have to learn it. What are some things you can do to teach your children empathy, to teach your children compassion?
One of the things that you can do is you can demonstrate it or be a role model with your children by showing compassion and empathy for others and let them see what you're doing. And you can later on talk about why you did certain things with, other people, how you helped this sister because she maybe needed some bread or something, that you showed empathy for her because she didn't have all what she needed to support her family.
MashaAllah, that's my best friend Latifah. Y'all know she's a teacher. She's early education. Can't y'all tell? She's finally awake. Yeah, she got a lot to say about this type of stuff. This is her profession. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Latifah. That is so important, guys. Be a role model for our kids. Get them together. There's a sister that's sick. There's a sister in the community. She doesn't have any family. But the imam announced in the khutbah that she's in the hospital. Get your kids and go to the hospital to visit and take her a card. Just say, Assalamu alaikum. I know you don't know us, but we just want to let you know you are not alone, and we pray for you. That to have the kids go with you to do those type of things. That'll also keep their hearts softened. Good job, Fatima, too. Same thing. She said, be a role model. Any other suggestions? Good job. Good answers. So, mashallah, like I said, this last chapter of the book, and by the way, we will be done with this book probably tomorrow. What does that mean? That means we back to the basic. We're going back to Get to Know Your Lord, book 1. This is the second part. All of this, diluting el-wala wal-bara. That's the second part of the Shahada. We're going back to the beginning. We're going back to the troglodyte time. Oh, yeah. We're going to learn what it means to believe La ilaha illallah. So for those of you who are new, and let me write it down. Hold on, let me put it here. For those of you who don't have the book, it says it's called Know Your Lord. Know Your Lord. It can be bought at Amazon for $19.99. Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid, all the books that I'm teaching in this Aqidah class are all his, and our Matt Chalcidic too. There it is. Let me put it up here and share. It's called Know Your Lord, $19.99. Go to Amazon if you don't have it. Amazon will deliver it to you in 2 days, because we'll be starting this in 2 days. And I have a commercial too about the class. Let me share with you guys the commercial I put together. Where's my commercial? Yeah, I make commercials. TV. Wait, where is the commercial though? Oh, here it is.
Know your Lord. We learn about his names and his attributes. Know your Lord. What he approves and disapproves. Know your Lord. Believe in all things that he has brought forth. Know his oneness, Lord.
Know Your Lord, part of the Right Belief series by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid, right here on Sunnahfollowers. Being taught by Ustada Layla Nashiba as she lays down the foundations to get you together. Learn about your Lord. Know your Lord. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Y'all like that? Hey, Fatima, you like that commercial? Yeah. Yeah, that's the latest one. Yeah, Geechee put that together. She did a good job. Geechee did a real good job. Her and the kids. That was her and the kids. Ain't no music in none of my jingles either, guys. Because I had some smart aleck. I don't use musical instruments. There are no musical instruments in any of my jingles. And those are the children. I sound like her husband might have been in there. Was your husband in there? You know her husband puts a little bebop in. It's a family affair. Her husband puts a little bebop in.
Nope, that's all me.
Tell brother man, I said, keep it real. But I heard the kids. You did have the kids, didn't you?
No, Sister Layla, that's all me.
That was you?
Majority of the time.
I thought that was
That's all
Sully.
me.
Oh my God.
Usually when they come in, they do what they do and you'll know it's done. But everything I do is me.
Well, you did a good job. That's one of my favorite. I like that one, and I like to make it through. You really put your heart into these Akita ones. These Akita jingles, I can see that they're touching you because you putting it in there. And I make it, it makes it easy for me to, you see the video, I got the man crying. I like to show the brothers crying. Y'all notice that? When I make these videos, I always got at least one man crying because to show that I understand. I understand how hard it is to be a man today in this world. And that last scene, I had the man sitting there shaking his head. I know y'all brothers got it hard. So I try to throw y'all in it. I threw y'all in there with the crying and the, shaking of the head. I know it's rough. You got all these different sets, all these different groups, all this arguing, debating on the internet. Y'all brothers are just twisted. Y'all don't know what's up, what's down. I understand. So I made sure I put y'all in the video. Okay, so make sure y'all buy the book. It's called Know Your Lord. And if it's short, let me know, guys. If it's selling out or anything like that, please let me know because I can get the Sheikh to add some more if it need be. Okay? But there's enough of them available, right? Mina, it doesn't say that they're short or anything. Mina?
No, I don't show it.
Okay, so that one's pretty.
Still got some in there, yeah.
Yeah, so that one's good. Okay, yeah, make sure y'all get that book because we're going to be starting that probably in 2 days. And oh, yeah. Okay, the new Shahadas is asking me, is that going to break down? Yes. Let me tell y'all why this book, the book 1, we're going to break down the meaning of belief in Allah's angels and his decree. Why is it that we got a lot of different sets and groups? And those sets and groups, if they don't change, they're going to be in hell. Because you cannot be a Muslim if you are denying the qadr of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad said every group or nation of people have their pagans. The pagans of my nation are those people who call themselves Muslim, but they do not believe in the decree of Allah. You got people thinking that the dead can hear you. You got Muslims thinking that the dead, I was listening to a lecture yesterday. Some famous scholar, he's Sufi, talking about the dead is going to walk the earth for 10 days. There ain't none of that stuff true. Then you got other people that believe that man creates evil. Like the war that's going on is created by us, not by Allah. This is denying the qadr of Allah. Allah is the creator of good and evil. Everything happens because he willed it. We're going to cover all of that. We're going to also talk about the different sets. That first book, not only does it break down Allah's names, his attributes, what it means to believe in him, what it means to believe in Allah's prophets and books, but he's going to also get into the different sets too. And all of those sets are going to be in hell. So you want to make sure that you don't belong to no set. You Muslims understand that? The only kind of Muslim you should be is Muslim. If you are part of those other sets, something wrong with you, dude. You ain't right. That means all your good deeds, they ain't going to be accepted. You denying the qadr of Allah? You thinking that, another set. Yes, you're right, brother. There's another set. Another set that says that the Quran is not the words of Allah. It's Allah's creation. Astaghfirullah. You ain't gonna make it to paradise believing that type of stuff. No, what do you mean volume 2? Sister, let me see. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Mina, can you go on there and check? She said there's a volume 2 and a volume 1 of Know
Your Word. Yeah, it's volume 1. I don't see no 2. Let me go look. I'm looking right here at it, but hold on.
There's only one book he got called Know Your Lord. It's the green book. That's the picture.
It's the blue. It's blue.
Yeah, the blue.
And burgundy. Yeah, blue and burgundy.
That's the same one, right?
It's the same one. It says volume 1 on it though, but
no, she said this. She's got a volume 2.
I don't see that.
Okay, are you talking about the second edition? Second edition means that he just this the second time putting it out. If it's this, there should be only one book, and then maybe it's the second edition. Let me open it. Let me go to Amazon and see. Let me see. Hold on. She said it's volume 1. Let me see. I'm gonna show you what
under his name.
I'm gonna show her what she. It should be Kareem Abu Zaid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what she's looking for. I'm gonna show you what a sister. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. Wait a minute. I want to make sure they get the right book. Wait a minute, let me find it first.
Say $14.99.
Girl, we'll see. Wait a minute. Know Your Lord. Okay, I'm on here now. Okay, this is the one. It's the second edition. Yeah, that's just the second edition, sister. It's the same book. Let me show it to you. Hold on. Let me screen share. How do I screen share? Let me come in here and screen share. Hold on for a second. I'm going to show it to you now. Give me a minute if I can screen share on this computer. Window. Yeah, here it is. Can y'all see it? This is the book. Know Your Lord, second edition, volume 1. This is it. This is the book. It's blue. This is it. And it's only it's only $14.99. This is a paperback. It's only in paperback. Yeah. Because the ones we got a paperback too, right, Mina?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same book, and it's in stock. Yeah. Yeah, it's in stock. See, if you guys order it, you could get it within 4 hours. And it says they're in stock, so there shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, this is it. Know Your Lord. Can she see it? I can't look at the... Let me see if I can... Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can see it on YouTube, all your streaming channels.
Okay, do you see it? The sister, can you see her typing?
What platform she on?
Oh, God, that's right. Let me see. Okay. Can you see it, Bahira? She's on YouTube. Bahira, did you see it?
Oh, yeah, I see her.
Yeah, that's the one. It's volume 2, but it's the first book. That means that volume 2 just means that he put it out again. That's all. Yeah, it's the same book. $14.99, guys. That he got it on sale. I paid $19.99 when I bought it. It's $14.99. That's a good sale. Y'all better jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, yeah. Jump on it. Jump on it. $14.99. No, it's the same cover that I got. The cover, Santissa said it's a different cover. It's not different, Santissa. It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same, Santissa. It's not different. He didn't change it. Yeah, it's the same one I'm sitting here looking at. It's the same one I got. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just $14.99. Order that book because we're going to be done with this probably tomorrow. And you guys will get it in a couple of days. Well, it says you can get it in 4 hours. Hello.
Yours said 4 hours?
Yeah. Mine said you
said Saturday.
Yeah, mine said if order it now, I could get it in 4 hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, any other questions, guys? Yeah, so get that book because, yeah, we'll be starting that class up. Okay, tonight, yes. Okay, yeah, the brother's asking me. Yes. Tonight at 9:30, we have the prayer. How to pray. Would you mind if it's time for me to make salat? How to pray from A to Z. That's tonight at 9:30. We're going to cover the pillars. I'm going to give y'all a quiz. I'm going to start off with a quiz over what we discussed the other day about the intentions of the prayer, about the standing. So we're going to have a quiz on that, and then we're going to go to the next part of the next pillars of the prayer. All right. So I'm going to log out for right now. I'll be back on live at 9:30. Inshallah, make sure you guys are here. Review what we talked about in the last class on how to pray, because I'm going to quiz you in the beginning. All right. Okay. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.